are at the trailhead. We are, let me show you, the only people here so far this morning. And it is beautiful here. And I'm very excited because I've been up this trail before to the saddle where we're going, but Connor has not. Are you excited, Connor? All right, I don't know how much I'll talk while we hike. I may pull you out occasionally, but I might forget too. So our trail, oops, let me set my trekking poles down here. Our trail today starts here. Actually, where did we start? Did we show where we started here? No, we are right about here is where we've been staying. Anyways, our trail today is here and we will climb up, and for the first mile it's like kick your ass climb. And then here we will be taking the right fork and going all the way to here, which is the saddle. We are not going all the way down here to Upper Lake and Stone Lake because you have to go down a pretty steep descent, and that would mean we'd have to climb back up to leave. And after this climb, this is a middle of the summer camp in the wilderness hike. But this is where we want to go today, and possibly up here. But we'll see how the snow is. Don't forget to register.
What day is it today?
Today is, the 17th, October 17th.
Nope. Last trail was 3 days ago. No destination, Urban Hill?
Yep.
Comments early. What time is it right now?
8:11.
Okay.
You know what Dad and I forgot to do?
Hmm.
Dad and I forgot to sign in and register when we did Night Ridge.
Okay. There we go. I'll mark down our end time when we come back here. Oh. Trekking pole thing.
You can hear the falls. You can hear the creek.
Yep.
All right. I have a feeling my legs are gonna be sore tonight. One thing that's kind of hard to remember is that even when you're in good shape or fairly decent shape, the higher you climb, the steeper it is, the thinner the air gets. Add a little bit of cold and humidity in there, and you're huffing and puffing. And I don't think we're even a mile in because we're still climbing. The first mile is like damn near straight up climb. So I'll check in a little bit later when we, oh God, when we get to the end with all of our trekking poles.
But
here's
in your back pocket.
Huh?
I'm gonna put my gloves in
Oh,
where you put your mittens.
Okay. The view from here though is just so beautiful. This is just, you know, not even a mile up the trail. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Figured I'd pull you out while it's not quite so steep with quite a drop off on the side. It's not that bad right there. And believe it or not, this is not quite as steep. Can you hear the water? Or can you just hear me huffing and puffing? Good question, huh? When Dad and I came up here 2 years ago, this was flowing pretty nicely.
No, but the whole thing about berries is that the bird eats the berry, or the animal eats the berry, then they poop out the seed, then the seed grows in your plant in a completely different area.
Where did it go, you wonder? Where did it go? It comes out there. That's where it goes. Connor is acting as our trail clearer today. He brought his little handsaw because you can only use hand tools up here. And there just happens to be a fresh tree over the trail. So he's trying to get it out of the way for us. I'm not sure how well that's working for him. Not really sure that looks like a section of trail I just want to dilly-dally underneath. Any luck?
Getting there.
Want me to take a turn?
I just kind of been finding from everywhere. They got a can of Spam for its meat, and it's got a lot of stuff in it. Iron, potassium. Yeah, it's just like protein and calories. This little tag here. Got this at Troublesome Fest 2023, along with a couple others, one more being on my bag here, placed by a safety pin. This container, I have 2 servings of oats, which is like 2 cups, I think, or like 1 cup, I'm not sure. 96 grams of oats there, which is, with my canteen mug, this is about enough water to fill this up, or to use this, so I can just set that over a fire, put the oats in, eat it with the fork, with the spork that is somewhere in the front of the bag. You got a can of salmon, along with a bottle opener, or can opener in my bag here. I think it's actually in my pocket.
Okay.
It should be in my bag. I'll keep it with this stuff. So we're starting with a can opener for that. I've got a coffee tin here. I got magnets on the bottom. Rocks on them. And up the top, just filled with a bunch of granola bars and sandwiches and stuff.
Oh, groovy.
There's some other stuff other than the Bobo 5 things. This is the most of what I packed because it's like got a lot of peanut butter and it does have a lot of sugar, but like it's also really calorie dense. Oh.
The spork.
Spork I was talking about. It folds out like this. And then
Cool.
I can just eat my my oatmeal with that. And then I got some Oreos in a bag. Because,
Nice.
again, the calories are the main thing, but it's got some other stuff. Also just a treat on the trail.
Always nice to have a little treat on the trail.
Always nice to have a little something.
That's our 3rd down tree of the trail so far. So I did something today I never do with my hiking shoes. I wore socks. Wanna know why? That is snow. That's the trail. That is snow. That is my favorite rock on this trail.
I can probably get up there now.
Oh, 2 years ago you had to be helped, didn't you?
No, it's just the log there is eroding, so it's
Oh.
slowly going out. Be careful not to destroy the foothold. That's the only way down. Other than just falling in the snow or sliding off this edge and hoping I'm landing on that ledge that you're on. Yeah, there's no other way to get down. This side's flat except for that little groove and stuff. That side's flat, that's flat. Oh, that's flat. And that's all just slanted. What? Hey! You want to come up here? Okay.
Okay. Oh, wow.
It's almost like chest high, the ledge. I'm good. That's cool. It's all green stuff.
I'm not sure what that is. Some kind of piney, mossy thing.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, to the right there's quite a bit of snow up there too. Yep, that's why I'm wearing socks. I figured we might run into some of this on the trail and my feet would be cold. When we were hiking out here 2 years ago, Andy and I came up here in June sometime, and he had just, like a couple days before we came up here, he had found a bank envelope in the grocery store parking lot that had a couple $100 in it. And he went into the grocery store and brought it to the lady at the service counter, and she knew the gal whose name was on the receipt. And she called her up when we were standing there, and she asked her if she had dropped anything or was missing anything. The lady goes, "Oh my God, did somebody find my money?" And she said, "Yep, it's right here." And so we didn't think much of it, just it's what you do. So we came up here, hiked all the way up to the saddle. Oh, I've got to show you this. Wow, it's gorgeous. So beautiful up here. Oh, it's so gorgeous up here. Anyway, we walked up to the saddle, and on our way back down, oh, there is a lot of pine needle cover. Wow, it's beautiful out here. On our way back down, against this rock right here, were the trekking poles that Connor is using today. They were just here, and we looked around for somebody, called out for somebody, never really saw anybody, and then we kept on walking down the trail. We got about a quarter mile down the trail, and Andy goes, "Nope, those are ours. Let's go back." So we came back and we got them.
All right.
Andy figures that was his reward for returning the money that he found. Okay, you gotta see this. It's so beautiful. A little bit of ice on the bridge. Ooh, it's a little bit slick. Ooh, it is icy. Wow.
Yep. These are trekking goals.
I was just thinking maybe I'd go down because the water's so low. Okay. I think I'm going to put you away and take you back out later.
It did say there was a cabin just downhill of the saddle.
What?
The,
Towards the lakes?
yeah.
Okay, because we didn't see that.
On the map I had, I remember the spot. It was a little flat outlook.
Huh.
Just
Like a Forest Service
yeah.
cabin.
Some sort of shelter.
Emergency shelter.
Might be able to see it from the top of Irving, because I kind of also want to go there if we have the time. But I really want to climb that mountain.
Irving Hale?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to run in front of you here.
Okay.
Right.
Ooh, that's fresh. Wow. Here's the Tunnel of Death. Is that what this is? The Tunnel of Death? All these dead trees just leaning on top of each other? Tunnel of Death. Tunnel of Death. Some kind of shelf mushroom. Oh, that's pretty.
This is a lot of very amateur lockpicking skills, and also a saw. Here, at least we could break it in with those. So you probably won't have a lot.
Ooh, it's a little wet there, huh?
Yeah. A little water running through it.
Ooh. Yeah, a little bit.
I feel like this happened last time, but we didn't go this far. Well, we kind of went this far. We just happened that time. Oh, I think I remember this part.
This actually might be where we stopped. I think the sun is just a little bit away from being up over these mountaintops. Oh, did you hear that gunshot? Somebody must have gotten elk, or they saw one. Kind of sounded that way. No other shots.
Did they hit it a bunch? Did they not? Are you gonna go track it? But just one shot's like, oh yeah, they shot it and it went down.
There's one section of rock where it really helps to have your map out. Except if we've got people walking on the snow in front of us, they're probably got footsteps. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm glad we looked at the register and we know the people in front of us a couple days ago had a dog with them. I love this section. It's so beautiful. I always want to go up on top of those rocks, but we never have time to do anything like that. Hopefully another time we come out here we'll be able to camp in the Indian Peaks. That's what I really want to do.
totally pan for gold up here. Is it legal?
I think so.
Okay, if it is, then yeah, you could.
That's a big moosey bathroom. Here, I thought this was a pretty little waterfall, and it is, but it's a culvert across the trail.
It's still
To
beautiful.
let that stream go through.
Look at how it's going underneath the tree.
It is still beautiful, though.
There, we could probably follow it. I'll probably there.
Yeah, there's a creek that comes down from there, too, I'm sure. Okay, this is about the amount of snow I expected us to have to hike through. So as long as it doesn't get deeper, we'll be fine.
Come on.
What?
Knock on it. You're superstitious like that, right?
Knock on wood. Well, it could get deeper. We're going higher. But it's been sunnier up higher, so it has had an opportunity to melt if it's really wanted to.
Yeah, I've almost seen the sun. There's only been like 50 feet of a tree that got hit by it.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Okay. It's a little bit icy here. But that's not gonna... Whoa! As I say that.
I'm good.
Okay, I'm gonna put my phone away now and just walk with both my poles. Oh, this feels so nice. We're finally in the sun.
Yeah.
That's nice. Look at shadows. Absolutely beautiful. Not too much snow in the trail, just like an inch of packed stuff. You had to be careful so you don't quite slip on the people before us' footprints. But today's the 17th and the people before us were up here on the 14th. It's like the last time there was somebody up here, and we're up here by ourselves. We should be able to make it up to the saddle today. I think now that we're in the sun and we're going to have a lot of sun, I think we'll be fine.
I'm ready to keep going.
Okay.
My glasses are fogged up.
Mine are too. You want to lead the way?
Yep. Let's go.
Look at how beautiful. Oh, so gorgeous. Just so gorgeous.
Yeah, look out this way.
Can't see much from here. Just beauty. But not over the trees yet. What?
Guys, we're almost clear. You can see the remnants of two contrails. And there's those clouds with ripples in them, whatever that's called.
They look like beach, like ripples in the beach, in the sand.
Yeah.
We can finally see over the treetops and the mountains on the other side of the lake. Whew. Mount Irving Hill. We're supposed to climb up that. There's a lot of snow on that. I'm not sure if we're gonna make it. We'll see how it goes. It is a trail, so hopefully...
It doesn't get any sun whatsoever.
That is the side that doesn't get any sun, and hopefully the trail will be...
And it's mostly melted.
But the trail up Irving Hill Pass is on the north side. So it's on the shady side.
It is a peak though. It's like it goes to the slant.
But the actual pass climbing up the mountainside.
Oh, that, yeah, that's
is
right.
up the north side. So
Right.
we'll see how that goes.
Video now, so be quiet.
Okay. Oh, nice. Definitely both hands and poles for me. So, slight change of plans. We did not go up Irving Hill Pass because it's snowy, and no one had actually gone up Irving Hill Pass since it snowed. So we're just sticking with the tracks and going all the way to Watanga Lake. No saddle for us, but that's okay. We'll come back and do it again another year. But neither of us have been to Watanga, so this is going to be kind of nice. We just stopped to take a little bit of a break. I think I gotta take my shoes off so my feet can dry out a little, or my socks can dry a little bit, but the sun's not quite high enough for me to want to do that yet. It's only 10:30 in the morning. How far have we gone? You know how mileage wise where we are?
Let me check. Tracking, we have gone. It's saying 2.1 miles, 2.91 miles.
2.91 miles. So almost 3 miles. And it's supposed to be like 4 miles or something to Watanga or to the saddle. So
yeah, it's 2 miles from the sign.
Oh, to Watanga? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So it's like 4. So it's like almost 5. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I guess we better haul ass then after we eat our food, huh? Okay, so you can see all that glorious snow we've been hiking through. And then all of a sudden, it's just no snow. We should have kept going and eaten here. This place is a whole different place in the snow. Sounds silly to say, but it just has a whole different feeling altogether than it does with no snow. And back to the snow. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't think I'd fall very far here.
Oh no.
I'd get cold and wet, but I don't think I'd get too hurt. Awesome.
Ooh, that rock is loose. Cut the ice off with the chemical.
That rock is not stable, you say?
Oh, it's stable. It's just
Woo!
tilts.
Nice to know. Thank you.
Oh, that would be beautiful. Sketch. Well, maybe not.
When you move out to Fort Collins, you're going to have to come up here and just camp for a weekend.
Just as long as the last one, then I think the rest of the trail is like just longer than that. Well, after this next switchback, which is just as long as the one we just had, it's a very small amount of switchbacks, then it's very levels out. Like, hey, that was some long switchbacks. We're almost up there. They're serving hail. Yeah, I don't think I would have been able to make it up that today. You can see down into the valley with the Roaring Fork. Can't see the lake, but you can see beautiful mountains on the other side. It's just so beautiful. Man, it's beautiful up here.
Taking a little break here for some drying time. Connor was smart enough to remember extra socks, so he doesn't have to put those back on, but these are small and lightweight. They should dry before I have to put them back on. At least somewhat, I hope. Got about half an hour, I think, before we head back out of here, and I can smell Connor's gross fish.
Eat a can of salmon.
It's super bright up here. Connor says, hey, we just hiked up here for lunch. That's kind of a long hike for lunch. It is kind of a long hike for lunch. I think, what did we go to? 4.2 miles? 4.3 miles? Something like that. I don't know. He's still down by the lake, getting his shoes and socks back on. He was smart. He brought an extra pair of socks. I was not smart. I forgot my extra socks. But I've got Smart Wools, and they're kind of lightweight. So I just hung them on my trekking poles, and they're just barely damp when I put them back on. And because I wear barefoot shoes, my shoes were also just barely damp when I put them back on. But waiting in the snow here for him, it's starting to get a little bit wet. So it's only about a quarter of the way, I think, that we went. Maybe it was half the way. About half the way. It was kind of snowy. But it got snowier as we went on. I mean, obviously we're up at like 10,000 something feet. But as we go down, it'll get less snowy, which is super nice. And the snow wasn't deep in the trail. It was only a few inches, so no post holing on the way back. Maybe like a couple of inch post hole, but really it's not big, not too bad at all. I'm kind of excited to go back down because as much as fun as this is and coming up here, it's not quite as fun in the snow when you can't just lay down and relax and enjoy it. It's kind of a challenge in the snow, and not one I'm sure I really like all that much, honestly. But this is why we do it, even if it's not the most enjoyable thing we do. It sure is one hell of a reward at the end. I've never been up on a mountain in the snow. This is the first for me.
Right, that was a good lunch. It is, what is it? 1:06. Okay, that's good. Here at Watanga Lake. Cleared off this rock. It used to be fully in the sun. Now it's mostly not. No matter. Got 4.25 miles to go. Back down to the car. Hopefully out of the snow too. Where's my other shoe? There it is.
So what happens when you have waterproof boots is that when your soles of your shoes get wet and you forget to take them out and drain the water out of your boots that came in down over the top, your fresh dry socks get wet again. Mine have never been dry. They got a little bit dry while we were sitting at lunch, but
this is pretty wet.
These are soaking wet. Yeah, it is. Wow.
Well, I mean, it was because I was using it for a seat. My
Yeah.
body heat was on the, heating up the snow below it.
Please be careful so you don't fall down the hill. So today's been actually a really nice hike. It's a little challenging going up. What was that?
Really nice.
Yeah, it's a little challenging going up when you go up switchbacks and they're steep and it's the 4th mile of your 4-mile out hike. It gets a little bit of kind of challenging to keep going. You go really slow. You end up realizing that you're barely moving forward. Then you get to the end and you're exhausted and you eat and you drink and then you wait 5 minutes and you have some energy. And the first time you start heading back downhill, oh, all of that energy that you lost on your way up comes running back. And downhill is so easy. I shouldn't say it's super easy because, your knees can hurt and you can slip and slide if you're, in the snow with us.
4 hours, 23 minutes, and 31 seconds for the climb.
That's how long it took us to get up?
Yep,
How much?
When I started it down there, 4 hours, 23 minutes, and 31 seconds.
Awesome.
But that includes the time I sat over trying to get a rock cleared off in
Yeah.
Watanga Lake. Man, this miles per hour chart is very all over the place. Ooh, it tracks it with elevation on the same thing.
Cool.
You can see at like a point where it levels off, where we go to like, what is that, 3-4 miles an hour? Then it starts climbing and it just sinks down to like 1.5 mile.
That doesn't surprise me at all. I know how tired my body is. It does not surprise me at all. And I'm thinking about the fact that we still have 3 miles to walk back down. But the downhill goes so much faster. How long do you think it's going to take? 3 hours? Hour and a half less? Because we don't stop.
45 minutes, or it's been about 40 minutes since we left the top, including the time standing there.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It did not feel like it's been that long.
1:45. Well, we left at like 1:07.
Wow, it does not feel like it's been that long.
Now, hold on. I accidentally stopped my tracking thing, but I still have the data here.
I just got peed on by a tree.
It was 35 minutes to move 0.87 miles. Some of those were switchbacks. We don't really have much switchbacks looking at the trail.
Not until we get back to the beginning, I think. 3 hours?
4:45.
Is when we'll be back, you think?
Yeah, why not? Well, yeah.
Let's aim for 5. Let's aim for 5. Right. We want to give ourselves a little bit of leeway with the snow.
This is my goal. I plan on not rushing myself.
Yeah, this is the trail, by the way. We're in a real sunny area, and there are a few of them along here, and it makes it really strange to all of a sudden you'll be walking through the snow, like, it's everywhere. It's just white all around you, and then all of a sudden you come upon this beautiful area in the sun. There's no snow at all. Completely gorgeous. Yeah. This is the first time Connor and I have hiked by ourselves without Andy. I'm kind of enjoying it. It's been a really nice time. I'm glad that we got to do this while he was out here. I'm glad he got to come out and spend some time this summer. It was nice.
I'm glad I decided to stay out here.
Yeah, me too.
Very nice, what is it, 2 months? Just over.
2 months, yeah, it was the end of August when you came out. August is like 20th.
August 20th is when I flew out, so it's been about a month and a half, almost 2 months, yeah.
Well, 2 months will be what, yeah. Saturday or Friday? The 20th is on Friday, isn't it? 20th is 3 days from now.
Yeah.
And what is today, Tuesday? That'll be the day after we leave Grand County.
2 months in the mountains.
Yeah.
That's deep enough.
Is the filtering not working well?
It's full.
Oh, it is full. Okay, cool.
Now get the UV pen to kill any bacteria and parasites in here. So what is it? Push once for 1 liter, twice for 2, half a liter.
So we ended up taking Watanga there, 2 miles that way, instead of the Roaring Fork Trail up Irving Hale Pass, because that's the trail. For real. To the right of that big rock, to the left of the tree, that's the trail. I was not really prepared. We are not prepared to trailblaze a trail up the thing.
Yeah, we are not.
We're not.
We were prepared for the Watanga Trail though, where there was already a set path, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, we made sure that Watanga was a good. I mean, we talked about it ahead of time a little bit, but Watanga is a good alternative to Roaring Fork. It was really pretty. We've never been up there, so it was new to both of us. Yeah. So it was really nice.
Beautiful lake as well.
Yeah, very beautiful lake. Very beautiful lake. I can only imagine how wonderful it would be in the summer.
Back down here.
It's amazing to think that we came from up there somewhere and we started down there somewhere. We're taking one last little pit stop where we stopped when we first stopped this morning, because it's only 3:40, and then we're headed down the last, what is it, half a mile? Whatever. Anyways, we got about a mile left, I think. So that was like 9-mile hike today. Feels pretty good. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of yoga and a little bit of walking and a whole lot of eating when I get back to the bus, so I can recover way better than I did 2 years ago. When we did this hike 2 years ago and we hiked up to the saddle, let me just say Irving Hale is one hell of a workout. This first mile on this trail is super steep, but Irving Hale Pass is stupid steep, and I think it's that last half that really knocked us out last time, and the fact that we both, Andy and I, weighed like 20 to 30 pounds more than we do now. It makes a difference. It definitely makes a difference. This is my least favorite section of this hike.
It's just beautiful.